Hi, welcome to my channel. It's Kiana and this is my new painting. So let's see how I created it. This painting comes from the memories I have from visiting Toronto Aquarium, and these are the inspo pictures. So as always, I started making some sketches. For this painting, I didn't use a new canvas. Instead, I reused one of my old one that I had from my anatomy course. I just added a thick layer of modeling paste, which ended up giving me this amazing texture. For my background, I knew I want to have blue, magenta, and a bit of green, so I just went ahead and put some paints directly on the canvas and just start to blend them all together with a kitchen sponge. Although I tried to keep some part of the canvas white because I wanted to show a bit more of the texture. So after the first layer and all those blendings, I started to work on the portrait and the flowers and all the inspiration that I had from the pictures that I showed you earlier. I started with the portrait. I just lay out it so simply with white acrylic. Same with the flowers on the top of the head and the corner of the painting. These layouts weren't perfect, and I knew that a lot of things are going to change during the painting. So if you're just unsure about the one part, don't be afraid to just have it there. You can always fix it later. And yeah, I just worked more on the painting with each layer of the paint. I started a bit on the portrait, and I really like to work on the different part of the painting at the same time rather than finishing one part completely and then moving to the next part. This makes me feel like my whole painting is more cohesive rather than separate parts that are just attached to each other. And yeah, just adding more detail and more layer of paints, and the more detail that I want in one part, the thicker my paint is going to be. So here for the first layer, I just had a really thin layer of yellow over my background, and then moving forward I started to use actually really thick paints. Since I really love to see my brush strokes in the paintings, I didn't blend everything so smooth. This corner of the painting was the part that I questioned myself the most for, because I wasn't sure if I just want one solid color for the background of the flowers, or I want to have this abstract movement going in this corner too. But I ended up with just one color because I felt like it's visually it's more acceptable to myself and hopefully the audiences. And honestly, looking at the painting after, I feel like that was a right choice, because otherwise it would have made it look so busy with so many colors and patterns. And here, just back to working on the portrait again. Painting portrait is one of the most enjoyable thing for me. I feel like, I don't know, there's something in it that always attracts me, and no matter what, I always go back to portraits, especially like portraits that I combine them with abstract, not realistic portraits, no. And again, just don't be afraid of applying one thick layer of paint on one certain point. You're going to blend it all together. It's just sometimes you feel like it's like makeup. You just add and then blend, and it feels like it's never been there actually. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just adding thick layers of paint, blending, see if it needs anything more or actually anything less. So I have to just add more layer of paints and make it just look good. Make it the way that it makes sense to me. And yeah, just again, I love to work on neck and the face at the same time, and using the same color palettes and the same brush even, because it just makes it more connected rather than two separate pieces. I really let go of myself in this painting and tried to see just what happened while painting rather than have everything planned. I mean, for sure, there were sketches before I started the painting, but I tried not to stick with them and explore what is just happening. So there are a lot of unplanned things in this painting that you will see. So for example here, my original plan was to have the torso come down to the bottom of the canvas, but later in the painting I was like, why not just have the background and torso become one? So I just took my knife and basically just blend the two pieces together, and I feel like it looked even better because it just feels more cohesive and abstract. That's was actually I really planned for and I really hoped for. Another unplanned part of the painting was these gold sheets. I absolutely had no plan to have them in this painting, but I was just looking at it and I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, it would look good on it, and it honestly did. So just add the gold leaves and had some painting on top of them just to make it look like one piece instead of separated piece again. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon in the next video. Bye.